Ordinarily I have a cane or a crutch with me on stage to kind of give it away that there is a larger problem here. I wasn't expecting laughter at that point, but you know what else? But I'm really sick of the stigma of the cane, you know what I'm saying? And I think my awkward movements speak for themselves because they're so smooth, I don't know what to do. But to explain the movements, I was actually hit by a car 12 years ago, and it sucked, and it lives with me, and it's awesome. But so that's just the movements. But the voice, how I have that, I'm just really drunk. I thought we could all deal with that. You know, I was thinking like, I have nothing to do with my life, so I'm thinking I should open up a bar. And if I were to open one, I would call it TBI Fridays. TBI being traumatic brain injury. Oh, that's what I got when I was hit by the car. And in there, we would actually keep the same motto. In here, it's always Friday. I mean, you get it. Like, I mean, Christ, it is to us. So, thank you for laughing before I had the punchline. For helping me out. Sorry, lung swallows, that's part of the annoyance of this. But it's sad because of late I'm in this whole start of this set is really positive. So, I've been having flashbacks of the actual accident, and I saw that I had gotten off a bus 12 years ago, and I had left plenty of room for this car to stop, but unfortunately, it never did. And the court record showed she had been on the cell phone, so at least I was hit by a technically savvy person. That really makes me happy inside. But I remember, like, as the car was coming towards me, I'm thinking, holy shit. Like, I thought it would break, and then it kept coming towards me, and I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Well, this is a shame. You gotta admit it somehow, and like, then, so she hit me, and then I was in a coma for a month, and then something worse happened. I woke up on a stage with you in front of you jerks. I mean, when you think life can't get worse, it really can. Thank you. You guys are the best. And speaking of jerks, I need a boyfriend. So I'm actually wondering, who in here is an astronaut? Because I see that Mark Kelly really digs his Gabby Giffords, and she has a brain injury. So, yeah, I mean, I could take flight with that. I mean, no pun intended, although it was intended. And I use the flight as the signifier for the next thing. It's really smooth transitions here. I actually just got off a flight from Rochester yesterday. Go with me on that. I mean, whether or not you believe it, it's really not my business. And actually, that brings me to asking you all the questions. Now, what is the appropriate time to initiate the clapping once the plane has landed? No, I'm serious, because like, I think I started clapping a little too late last night. Like, we had already landed, we'd been taxiing around for a while, and like, people were disembarking even, like getting stuff over the overhead stuff or whatever, and then I started clapping. all I was getting in response were just some dirty looks. So, I think that's a real problem. But, you know, that's my problem. And exactly. Crazy. And I have another problem that's shaking leg. I feel like a dog that's peeing. But I live, what you all should know, I live in a neighborhood. Ooh, better when I hold it closer. I'm holding it my way. Sorry about that. I live in a neighborhood where it's Tudor City, it's near the UN. So I go into the nail place pretty often. It's run by Chinese women, and like, they're so nice. Waz is beautiful, they call me Waz. Very sweet, because for Francoise. I mean, don't get me started. No man, no beautiful. But as they rip off from my genital region, the wax, it's really brutal. But I went in there the day after there had been a jumper. It was just last week. For the sake of this joke, the jumper was just last week. I mean, never mind the fact that she jumped off probably 4 or 5 years ago, but like, we don't need to get into that. But I go in there, and I talked to Ping, and Ping said, I said, did you guys hear about the jumper? And Ping said, oh yes, we hear, so sad. And then Ping knew, or Jenny, as we call her, because American names are more conducive to American dollars, am I right? Thank you. So Ping New says, or Jenny, too young. Really, Jenny, Ping New? I was told that the woman was 85 years old. I'm actually wondering, at what age is it actually appropriate to throw yourself in the pool? It's a question for the ages, really. But it's really a thinker. So find me after the show and let me know. But also, another thing you should know about my neighborhood, and I have a neighbor here. In my building, because we're so close to the UN, it's really foreign people, or they're just really old, people who live in the building. So needless to say, the cooking is great, but the sex is weird. So